What is up, everybody? J Nell here in Salt Lake City. Having a light winter, there's no snow on the ground. Okay, I'm here to talk about UFC 206 and the Terence Crawford Joe Molina fight. It happened this past Saturday. Great fights. Let's get into it. I did not do a prediction video. I wish I would have done something, but I did not. This has been hectic, but I'm here now. Great night of fights. I want to talk about the more important ones. First, we saw Kevin Gastelum get the victory over Tim Kennedy in the middleweight division because they were in Canada, because you know he's been kicked out of the middleweight division in the States. Tim Kennedy won round one, basically got the body lock position, was able to control him, take him down to the ground. Kelvin was able to keep it standing in the second and third, and his stand-up has really improved. He was able to kind of tag Tim Kennedy, drew blood, take him down the whole nine. Strong victory for him. Who would you like to see him fight next in the light heavyweight, I guess, division? Because again, he's been kicked out. All the potential in the world. Still only like 24, 25 years old, but can't get those weight issues together. He's very frustrating. Who would you like to see him fight next? Next up, possibly fight of the year. Definitely a candidate between Cub Swanson and Do-Ho Choi. This lasted all 3 rounds, and I'm so surprised that it did, quite frankly. The kid, I'm talking about Choi, the kid's got it, and he's got the chin. We already knew Cub's got it. He's back on the map. There was so much action. I don't even know which action happened in which round, so I'm going to talk about the whole fight in its entirety. I think that Choi won the first round, though. He struck first. He seemed like he struck more often and cleaner, although I think the first round was the round where Cub was able to stun him with a shot up against the fence, where everything kind of slowed down for a minute, and then they went back into it. Doy was able to stun Cub Swanson in the first round. Then Cub was able to, the veteran kind of kicked in. He took him down. He was able to tie him up a little bit and get his wits about him. I'm surprised both of them got out of the first round, quite frankly. But the second and third round, I do believe, went to Cub Swanson. He just kind of got the better of the chaos. Like I said, he was able to kind of calm down and get the better of the shot selection, but they're both so creative. Of course, we saw jumping things, and there was a spinning back fist that landed on Choi. I believe there was a cartwheel kick that damn near landed on Choi. Choi's got a chin, because when Cub Swanson had him reeling, it was like he couldn't miss. There was crazy uppercuts coming from odd angles and over the top angles. There was those submission attempts when they went down to the ground, and crazy gambling and scrambles on the ground. This fight took place everywhere. We saw everything. We saw things we've never seen before. And again, the kid's got a chin. And if you saw it, Cub actually had more damage. But that's why I hate when people say, you know, the person who does the most damage wins the fight. No, because fighters have different amounts of scar tissue. Cub won this fight, but if you saw Cub's face, it looked like he lost the fight. This was a fantastic fight. The crowd was going crazy for the kid and for Cub Swanson. Even afterwards, he took it. He was like, you know what? This is what losing feels like. I don't like this. I'm coming back better. And so I do believe he will. Who would you like to see both these cats fight next? Of course, the winner, Cub Swanson, who is, I think he's back on the map. He's back in our eyes now. And the kid, Do-Ho Choi. Now, co-main event, great fight as well. We saw Cowboy Donald Cerrone get the victory over Matt Brown. This ended in the third round, but honestly, it was 1-1 to me going in. Matt Brown wouldn't shake hands the whole time, wouldn't befriend Cowboy the whole time. I think he won the first round. I think his size threw Cowboy off. He might even have the reach advantage. He was clearly bigger than he was. He was kind of imposing his size. He was moving forward a lot. He actually landed the better of the shots in the first round. I think two kind of landed more often. I think it just took Cowboy a minute to deal with Matt's size. He kind of got his range in the second round, even though they both stunned each other. Matt landed a shot that dropped Cowboy to his knee. Cowboy landed a kick to the face, which he had been throwing pretty much the whole fight. I think he saw something early on, but he landed the kick in the second round, which dropped Matt to his butt. But I think he got the better slightly of round 2, but you could argue both rounds. So round 3, I thought it was 1-1. They're going through round 3. The momentum, the entire fight's going like this. Just back and forth. This was a great fight. Matt Brown, again, was worse for the wear with the damage. Both eyes, blood dripping, swole, cuts, the whole 9. Cowboy, seemingly not very damaged, but again, he's not a bleeder. Not a lot of scar tissue, because he was definitely taking blows from Matt Brown. This ends in the third round, where all of a sudden that same kick he had been throwing and landed again. It landed real good. It landed to the face, all jaw. You heard it. Smack. Dropped Matt Brown, knocked him all the way out. Sleep. The impact of him hitting the canvas is what woke him back up. There was no need for ground and pound. The referee was there. Cowboy didn't even attempt it. He just walked around the cage all smooth like, yeah, I did that. It was amazing. Amazing win for Cowboy. He wants to fight again in a couple of weeks in Denver. Give the Cowboy what he wants. Give the cowboy what he wants. I want him to fight Robbie Lawler next because that fight was supposed to happen. Plus, if he gets that fight, if he wins, he'll get a title shot. And I think we're seeing him on his way to a title shot in the welterweight division. I'm all cowboy. All right, who would you like to see him fight next? Now, main event, and both of these are my boys. I didn't want this fight to happen because Max was already on a 9-fight winning streak and already deserved a title shot, and I didn't want him to risk it, but it didn't matter because he won anyway against Anthony Pettis. This is how this went. In my opinion, he won all 3 rounds anyway, but the first round was very close. He was kind of squared up, which is not normal. He usually fights more on an angle, so he made me nervous, but his footwork kind of did more of the movement, a lot of lateral movement, a lot of switching of the stance. But Anthony was landing that front kick. He was kind of able to keep Max away from him. Max, I think, might have had the reach advantage, actually, or he's just simply a better boxer. He's more of a hybrid. He's more of a striker boxer, better than the average MMA fighter. So his combinations, those 9-shot, 10-shot combinations, which includes elbows and knees and kicks, and we actually saw less of the lower body. He kind of picked him apart with his boxing. He was just real slick. It was real pro performance. He wasn't inside of his head, but he was just real calculated with it. The second and third rounds, again, definitely went to Max. He drew blood on Anthony Pettis. He even stunned him a few times. Anthony, of course, landed his shots, but this, I believe, ended in the third round. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it ended in the third round, towards the end, the very end, actually. There was a little bit of ground game that happened. Oh, and Matt Brown did slap on a triangle on Donald Cerrone. That was the most trouble he had him in, but Donald obviously survived that other fight. All right. There was some ground. There was a little bit of grappling, but this was mostly a stand-up fight, and this ended in the third round, I believe, towards the very end, where Max landed a kick to the body. Stunned him up. First it was a shot to the face, then it was a kick to the body. Stumbled him back up against the cage, and then he proceeded to this barrage of shots, working the head body, and the accuracy. When you slowed it down, he landed almost every shot. Through the guards, over the top, up underneath, through the body shots. He landed almost every shot. Broke Anthony down to the ground. Great stoppage, TKO victory for Max Holloway. He's the interim champion. After that, called out hashtag Where's Waldo? Jose Aldo. We know he gets that fight next. So Anthony Pettis said he missed weight. Came in at 148. He said he's going back to the lightweight division. He said it was too hard. He's not doing it anymore. So let me know how you did on all your picks. Any injury updates for UFC 206. Now, real quickly, Terence Crawford versus Joe Molina. He won every round. Terence Crawford won every round. But Joe Molina was game, which is what we kind of knew. We knew he would stay in his face, which he did. He just really didn't have nothing for him. He couldn't. Terence was faster than he was. He was more accurate than he was. He hit harder than he did. So even when Molina, he was trying to get hit in his face, but he was getting in his face and didn't really have any offense to deliver, because as he's going forward, he's getting tagged by all kinds of things. He opened him up by I think round number 3. Like I said, it became will his corner throw in the towel, or when will he get knocked out? We were just kind of waiting for it. He drew blood. He was game the whole time. There were rounds where I don't even know if he landed a shot. So this ended, I believe, in the 8th round, where he got him up in the corner, and it was the body shot that started it. Nice body shot, dropped him to like the squatted position, got him up against the into the corner, unloaded the barrage. 2 more body shots, a head body. Ref stopped the fight. Great win for Terence Crawford. They're talking about him being fighter of the year. So let me know what you thought about that fight and that whole boxing card as well. And let me know, of course, about UFC 206. Let me know what you think about any future stuff to come. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It will not be this long before my next video. I'm on Snapchat now. Subscribe, like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, subscribe, like. Talk to me. Take care and goodbye.